Okay, what you see in the view is the 1588, which is really technically now an 89, because I've taken it out of the treadle. Most of the time this machine has been in the treadle quilting for me. When it's an 89 and a hand crank and not in a treadle, when it's a hand crank and not in a treadle, it's an 89. Anyway, the 1588 or the 89, the first thing you want to do is get out a manual, and I'll put a link to the manual in the information section. And on page 32, they tell you about lowering the feed dogs. It's very simple to do. There's one screw that you loosen to do the darning or embroidery, and then you tighten it back up when you're done. So I have done that. I have opened the seam by ripping out the outside seam. I have the fabric in a hoop. I've taken off the presser foot, and those directions are also in with when you lower the feed dogs. And so the feed dogs are neutral now, which means the fabric is not going to be pushed around in any direction. And because I've opened the seam, in this case, part of the leg is kind of wrapped around the bed, but if I were using this in a cabinet, I would just be folding it up. So this is, and I'm kind of in the way of the light here, this is how you go about and do this with a 1588 or 89. I have the tension slightly loose. I did not change the pressure on the presser bar. And I'm just going to go ahead and you can see, you can just go in any direction now. And so this is how you would also do free motion quilting. And even though I opened this seam up about by 9 or 10 inches, I could have opened it up more and gotten a little bit more leeway with moving around here. But it's just this one area that I want to fill in better. So that's what I'm doing. Now I have to say, out of the 3 ways I've done darning in the past 2 days, this is the easiest. Opening that seam, lowering the feed dogs on a Singer 15, removing the presser foot, and then just darning. It's the easiest way that it's been to do it. And faster, even as a hand crank. In the treadle, it would be even faster probably. The 1591 is electric, so that would be fast. Very easy to do darning this way.